Well, their son was an honor student in college, an avid snowboarder and a mountaineer. He also suffered from some old injuries.
Yeah, Henry Zerko turned to social media to look for pain relief, and that would be the very last text that he sent. And now his parents want social media platforms to take action and have turned their pain into fighting for better harm reduction programs. Shirley Chan has a story.
I want him to be remembered for his smile. He had an electrifying smile.
It's unfathomable to us that he's even gone. We talk about him so much that it almost seems like he's here until the reality hits that he isn't.
Henry Zerko loved life and his family and friends. He excelled in sports like hockey and football, and he was an adventurous hiker. His parents, Erica and Peter, say he may have been the youngest of their 3 sons, but he was also the biggest.
Henry had a hip injury, and he was rehabbing from the hip injury.
Treatment for sports-related injuries led to Henry being prescribed painkillers. In college, he struggled with an addiction to Xanax. His parents sent him to a treatment center and he got clean. They got their Henry back. The 23-year-old also returned to his studies. In July 2022, he was visiting his hometown of Scarsdale, New York. It was a week of family dinners, and he made plans to go to the golf course with his dad the next day.
I kissed him goodnight. He went upstairs to go to sleep.
But Henry never woke up. Instead, the next morning, Peter found his son draped over his desk, his head resting near the keyboard of his computer.
The toxicology report called it fentanyl intoxication. We call it fentanyl murder. To us, it was murder.
Peter and Erica tell us on his last night alive, Henry was in pain from an old injury and had trouble sleeping. After his death, text messages on his phone revealed he was in communication with a dealer on Craigslist.
We could read his texts, and he said, quote, "Is this legitimate?" unquote. To which the guy said, "Yes, how much do you want?" Henry said, "I want 1. The guy said, "I have 100. Henry said, "I need to make sure it's safe."
The Zerkos say technology has moved the sale of illicit drugs off of street corners and onto social media. They feel social media platforms need to do more to monitor dealers using their sites to make sales.
Social media has made the availability of contacts between a potential user or buyer and a dealer as easy as clicking.
The proliferation of drug trafficking on social media is so serious that the Drug Enforcement Administration sent out an alert about the emerging threat, saying in part, criminal drug networks are abusing social media to expand their reach, create new markets, and target new clients. The DEA also warns code words and emojis are used. While the grief of losing their son will never cease, the Zerkos have put their efforts into saving lives. What initially started as a Facebook post to relatives and friends turned into an article for the Boston Globe. Peter reads some of what he wrote.
It was clear that Henry thought he was buying another drug, not something containing a lethal dose of the most powerful non-natural opioid ever synthesized.
It's been over 2 years since Henry's death. Peter and Erica speak out on harm reduction, as well as advocate for the opening of safe injection sites and making test strips and the overdose reversing drug Narcan more readily available. From the guitar pick he left on the windowsill to pictures of him in every room, Henry's presence can be felt all over the home. And now, 2 parents have turned pain into purpose.
If we can save or help other families not go through what we've gone through, that's our motivation.
We keep doing it in part because we tried to find a way to talk about Henry every day. Keeps him alive for us.
That was Shirley Chan reporting.